Hello world! Way of Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So I decided to add a few modifications to this tank. If you see, I have some glass with torches underneath them, so that will provide the ambient light in the tank that will make it seem more in place instead of having a dark orange liquid. I'm not too sure what block in that tank causes the color of the tank, because I see this sometimes with ladders. If you place them up in a corner, it takes the light level that the block above it is at. But anyways, so if we look out here, I changed my base a bit. Let's get that off so we don't lag. Over here, you see I have my woodcutter still going, and I put a nice, neat fence in it, so I can just walk in and service it as need be. And I got one on the outside as well, so I can easily access any part of this that I need. I also, if you look here, have a wooden walkway going up. Now, it's not completely finished yet, or completely complete as I could say, but it is going up. If we just take, I tried as best as I could to make it seem good, like aesthetically pleasing, while still being functional. It's going to go up here and go upwards and try to snake up, though I'm not too sure on what type of plan of attack we're going to need to do. I'm thinking, now that I see it, maybe a loop around up here, so it goes up like here and then goes up this cliff face up to here. That might be what we want to do, but this is pretty much going to be our walkway to our elevator to our next age whenever we get that worked out. Also, there are obviously some light levels that we're going to want to fix, and I pressed F9 by accident, so I gotta stop doing that. And we'll have to go for the plan of attack that is the best and won't cause kamikaze creepers to attack us. Because frankly, kamikaze creepers kind of scare me. So another thing is upstairs, which I'll quickly go to. We got our seeds planted a bit more. Half of this, or rather it's going to be half and half. Half of this, and I don't mean the coffee creamer, but how many times am I going to divert myself from some serious matters? Anyways, I got some seeds and basically some wheat growing here. This will help us later on when we're going to be doing some cow breeding over there, because we will want to have as much as possible to help us in the future. We will need as many books for our nice little bookshelves. Currently, we have 2 and a calf. Well, 2 and a calf. That I didn't see that coming. But we can make more very quickly by, this is very mean, I must say, having the cows breed right in front of the calf. So now we have 2 and 2 calves, so that works out very well. So what we're going to want to do in this episode is, if we throw our wheat back into our nice little chest over here, we can go out and start some industrial craft energy, because we are going to want to go and get some industrial craft stuff. Work our way through some of the rigorous tech machines, and finally make some machines out of that stuff. We have a lot of charcoal still currently being made, which is going to be helpful. And another thing, I suppose we can make our item tesseracts. Item tesseracts might be a good thing to do to bring the charcoal over here, seeing as we don't really have any immediate access to charcoal. We have to continually ship it in, though I suppose some manual effort might be nice to have required. We already have a quarter of a quarter of a barrel of circle stone bricks, so eventually we can make this look nice. So our Minecraft Jewel energy stuff is over in that corner. I think we'll keep that in that corner, and having all of that biofuel production, etc. What I'm thinking is that we'll have maybe another tank here, I'm not too sure. Do we want another tank here or something else there? What I'm we'll want to have industrial craft energy somewhere and all the industrial craft machines. So I think I'll recess this wall a bit more and then we can start working on some of the finer machines that we need for our general workitude. So our industrial craft stuff that we're going to need, well, for industrial craft, we'll put here. And another thing that we're going to want quite a bit of rather, is some of our copper. So if we can gather some of the main things that we will need for everything, we'll also need rubber, which will be a bit helpful for our initial wiring of devices. We got some of that. I suppose we can go with some more of that. And also suppose 10 gold will be a bit necessary. Now I think we should place our bed again so that we'll be able to sleep off the night. And where are the rubber? We have rubber right here. So that will be good. And what other small things are we going to need? I suppose this is it for now. Iron is also one. So we will need to create some from the excess wood or from the diamonds that we have. Also, sorting out our junk would also be a good idea. Also, I can't believe I'm saying also so many times. It's so infuriating. Anyways, let's see. We have enough here, but let's just put it in for now. Here, and here. A bit more redstone. And some glass, and we're going to need to process this rubber in our furnace. And this will give us some of the rubber that we will need. And we will first, obviously an MFSU would be nice to make, but we don't have the required materials. And let's see. Maybe an MFE will be a good amount to start with. That'll require energy crystals, which require those are rubies. We can use the rubies. That will be easy enough. And it'll require gold insulated wire, which will require rubber, and also a machine block. Machine block is easy enough to create. And this will also require a transformer. No, not that type of transformer. And let's see, also some of this stuff, which will be nice. So, first of all, let us make our nice little gold wires. There we go. One gold wire coming up. And also, we will need a transformer so that we can transform the stuff into low voltage. Low voltage transformer. Okay, so that'll require copper wire and a bunch of wood. So I suppose half of this will be good for wood jacketing. And then we'll turn this into some actual cabling by getting some more rubber. Now we can make some industrial craft rubber. That'll probably be the better method than cutting down trees continuously. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's go with 2 of these. We'll go with that, and a wooden jacket will give us our first transformer. So this will transform the medium voltage of our MFE into the low voltage that can be outputted by the bat box, but by going directly past the bat box, we are saving ourselves some oddities. Leaves the transformation. That's very interesting. I don't think it's going to be useful for me at this given point, so I won't bother using that, but okay, so we got that, and we're now going to need a bit of iron. So to do that, I think we're going to go get some of our excess wood and transmute it into obsidian and then into the iron. I think it's 8-to-1 ratio, yeah, of wood to iron. So that's a good enough ratio for me, assuming that we don't die by zombies, because that would be a bit bad. Okay, die, and die. There we go. Problem solved. And our cows are probably ready to produce some stuff. Get away. And let's get that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, cows. 1, 2. Have fun. And I hope those were the two parents because otherwise it's going to get a little freaky. I do not want mutant heads. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go with that much wood. It can continually produce some more, and I think we will be okay. So let's transmute this into, I think it's a stack. Okay, our minium stone is going to need to be recharged soon, or rather, we can't really recharge them in this version of equivalent exchange, so we will need to recreate one by having an inert stone. We will need to have all that stuff ready in the future, but I think we are okay for now, so let's move onwards and get rid of this rotten flesh because I don't like rotten flesh for some reason. So, we are going to need to make a bit of refined iron. I think half a stack of refined iron. Simple smelting of iron should be good. Now, I'm wondering if there's any other process that can be used for refined iron. I guess refined iron is pretty much the entry point to a lot of machines, Greg Tech or otherwise. So I guess there is no logical point in changing the recipe to any sort of hard one. Unless you were to use a thermal expansion machine to smelt together this stuff with, say, some other reagent, say, 2 or rather 4 iron dust plus 1 coal dust or something like that makes it. Anyways, I don't want to give too many ideas because I think people might start hating me. So let's go onwards and make the machine. Now, what was the other thing we needed? Yes, that is right. We needed to use up a lot of our redstone and make 4 of our energy crystals by taking, I think our rubies are in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then combining them. A lot better than diamonds, by the way, so if you have a choice, use this, and then we can just throw them in and have it ready. So 1, and I hope this is in the right order. There we go. Okay, so now is the point where we figure out where to put this stuff. So the MFE is going to be our main controller of energy. I'm thinking that we'll have our generators here. Yeah, our generators are going to need to go there. Let's make a generator before we think of anything else. So by having a generator, we'll be able to determine what type of inputs and outputs we need. Also, a nice thing we'll need is a wrench. Though with generators, it doesn't matter. With other materials, it does. So let's quickly make an industrial craft wrench. So I think it's like this. That is the wrench. It's not the electric wrench, but it's hard to have an electric wrench if we don't have any sort of electricity whatsoever. And then we can make the generator. And there are so many things that can be generated with the generator or etc. Anyways, let's go with the quick generator. That's going to require a furnace, a machine block, and an RE battery. RE battery, since we can't search it. RE hyphen, yes, hyphen, there we go. So to create the RE battery, we're going to need tin, or we could use sulfuric acid and lead dust, though we do not have that option right now. Sulfuric acid, how do we make it? That's with a chemical reactor or a distillation tower. Distillation tower looks interesting. I'm going to have to look at that in the future, so I'll make a mental note to do that since it looks like the diesel cans and the sulfuric acid might be good. Let's see. 6 Minecraft joules per tick for 10,000 ticks. 3 Minecraft joules for 20,000. So all it does, it converts it to a shorter lived one, or 96k, 64k, 8 EU tick, 12 EU tick. Okay, so this diesel is only really used for the diesel generator. So we should keep a mental note of that for the future, but in the meantime, let's make, I think, 2 RE batteries should be good enough. So 2 these, and that will help us. Another thing that will be necessary is cobblestone. and some of our iron. So the easiest way to make this would be to make generators, or rather furnaces, and then make iron furnaces. Here we go, 1, 2. And then combine this with machine blocks, I think it is, right? Yeah. So we're only going to have 4 refined iron left after this, which is going to be a bit of a drain on our iron supply, but oh crud, I used the wrong recipe. Oh well. No love lost. We will have a bit more than 4 refined iron left over. We'll have 14. There we go. Now that we have our generator, let's see. We have our generator. The first thing we're going to want to check is the input, which will be at the bottom. And I can pick it up by that method, so that's good. So, what I'm thinking is that the bottom will pretty much be fueled by our charcoal, which I think our charcoal will come down through some sort of energy tesseract, which will be right there. It should output it downwards, since I don't think the energy tesseract would put the charcoal in there. If it would just be stupid. But anyways, and we'll have a relay there, send the charcoal via tubes, and maybe if we had some sort of shut-off valve to stop the stuff from going in if we have enough energy, that will be nice. So if we break our way into here, we'll be able to wire the stuff up, and then once we get everything wired, we can have the energy come out. So where will we want the energy? Let's just quickly get this stuff out of the way. And now that we have a nice little area for us to work with, I think this should be good. Now, where will we want our MFE? I'm thinking we'll have all of our simple, quote-unquote, machines going along here, so we'll have a backing here. Now, there is something that I am quite... Why am I not using my shovel? Now, there's something that people should be wary of. One of things is that it should always be nice to actually have some sort of pick handy as a backup, but that should be just an obvious thing, so I don't even know why I'm bothering. Stupid way. Anyways, so you should be careful that sometimes machines will surge with GregTech, and with it installed, it can destroy your machines if it's surged. So some of the surge conditions, I believe, one of the main ones is if you get hit by lightning, which is bad, as in if your machine somehow inexplicably get hit by lightning, say if you're in a charged Mistcraft age, they can send 4 times the input that it receives pulse throughout the energy system. So it's kind of frowned upon to use fiber cable for everything, especially your low voltage machines. So what I'm going to be using is, when going into the machines, I'll be using copper cable. However, going to the machines, I'll be using fiber cable when I have the resources to do so. So currently I do not have the resources to do so, so it's a kind of moot point, but we will need to keep that in mind for the future. So if we have this here, oops, let's see, MFE here, this here, shift click, and then it will output into the transformer, and then we'll have our cabling here. So that will have a few machines, and then to get that energy, we'll have our cabling going over here. So of course it'll be a bit lossy. Should probably have some sort of buffer, because every I think it starts at 5 cable lengths, it starts to lose energy. So we should nip that in the bud right now before it gets out of hand. So how we're going to do that is have somewhat quasi of a buffer. So let's make as many copper cables as we possibly can. 18. Okay, that's good. And we are going to, unfortunately, need to make a bat box. No, is a bat box the best way to do that? No, it isn't. Let's see. Going to need to... Each generator. Okay, let's start with this. Each generator outputs 10 EU per tick. And then we're going to need to transmit that, but a back box can only output 32 EU per tick. But then it's going to receive energy anyway, so it's probably best if we just get a bit lossy and other stuff. That just sucks. Yeah, let's just put a bat box here, and then we can worry about the other stuff. It won't be as lossy, at least the farther stuff, so see about bat box. And then that'll require our e-batteries. You know what? Screw it. Let's just be a bit lossy, or we can just do the simple route and move our machines over here for now, but we will have them in the future. So over here, we will want to have fiber cables later on, though we will need to go for the least loss possible solution to that. So we're going to need a bunch of tubes and a relay, so we can relay the information. See the air quotes there, or mouse quotes rather. That is a bit better. Let's see, relay. We have a relay, and we have ejectors, but those aren't as important to us. Relay, as I said, is going to be right here, not there. Funnily enough, I do not want the relay there. I want it there. And we'll have the tubes going out here, and it will give us our charcoal that we will ever need. So eventually we'll want to look at not an energy tesseract, item tesseract there. Let's see, any ninjas over here? No point in making it daytime. I am tripping over my words for some reason. And it is light enough here that there shouldn't be anything other than spiders ninjaing in on us. So 5 stacks will be all we need. Let's quickly get out of here and put this in to our relay. So here we are, relay going on into our effervescent system. And this will start outputting energy. Now we only have a maximum of 600,000 or 600 kilo electron, not electron volts. We are not using electron volts. That is kind of a different system altogether. We can probably put another one there, though that is no point whatsoever. So we're going to have our machines right here. And one of the first things I think we're going to want to do is a centrifuge, or rather an extractor. So centrifuge extractor would be nice in the future, but we're not there. Automatic extractor looks interesting. It's the automatic version of the extractor that requires some later game material. So this is going to require a circuit, and I think the best way to do this is by using electrum, since electrum is our most plentiful ingredient that we have, though it requires gold compared to plentiful redstone. So for now, I'm not going to bother with the electrum recipe. I have enough materials in general for other stuff, but maybe I'll crunch the math, see which ones I kind of prefer over the other, but for now I think we're going to just go with this simple electric circuit design. So that is not how we do stuff. In fact, I don't think it would even work if we had a refined machine block or refined iron block, because it would require a compressor, which is another machine that we're going to need, by the way. Compressor is going to require stone and electric circuit. So let's make the electric circuit. We're going to need to cook up some more refined iron. We already have the stone, so that's going to be easy enough. Let's see. 4 iron. 4 iron would be simple enough, so let's just shove it into our machine, and maybe not cook our pork chops again, because overcooked pork chops definitely do not taste good. Oh, we already had some refined iron. Oops. Oh, well. So now that we have our overly refined iron, we can just shove this in, get another machine block. That will be nice. And then we can make 2 things. First, our compressor, which will be a good introduction to some other stuff, which I'll definitely get into at a later date. Nuclear reactors. Let's just say they will be very fun. Okay, 3 and 4 is all we need. So the extractor will help with extraction for our rubber. Once we actually have some rubber trees going, it will be 3 times more efficient, though it will take a while. So extractor, not going to blow up in our face. Maybe I should have stepped back before doing that. That would have been nice. And if we, let's see, if we back this up, and if we have a bit of smooth stone, like there, we can pretty this up by just covering this so this section is not actually visible. That will be a good start to the system. This torch isn't necessary, so we'll move it, and actually it's necessary over here, and it doesn't seem like there's any light levels that we need to worry about. So, we got our extractor, we got our compressor. These will be the main ingredients for a lot of our machines. We're not going to bother making a macerator right now, not until we can make a rotary macerator, because frankly, our pulverizer should be good enough. I think there's still some ores that we have yet to process, so I'll get our 2 bags and process those if they are processable. And it doesn't seem that they are actually processable, so we shouldn't even bother trying to process them, because frankly, I think it would end badly. Though we got more quartz, and that will be good. So we're probably going to need to make a trip into the Nether to make some other stuff. So let's actually get ourselves geared up for the Nether, because we will need some glowstone and other materials the like. Now I wonder if this rubber can actually be processed in a centrifuge, or extractor rather. No, it cannot, and we might as well check. We can make biofuel cells, and there's a lot of extractor recipes that we have, mainly emptying cells out of its unuseful reserves. We can use our rubber wood that we have. Maybe I think we have it stored, though I don't think so. And extracting that stuff, that's interesting. Anyways, we're not going to bother with any of that stuff. Let's gear up and get ready for hitting the Nether trail, because it is going to be fun to get all that glowstone. Okay, managed to have a creeper blow up in my face and a horde of angry pigmen attack me all at the same time. So that was certainly fun. Let's go up here, and now that we have our health regenerated, we should be a lot better. Now, I'm thinking it'd be nice to be able to find a stronghold. Not a stronghold, but, you know, one of those fancy strongholds in the Nether. I think 1.5 changed the bow mechanics, so I'm a bit off from my super hostile. So this is going to be fun, and let's not fly into the merry blue yonder, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay. Where did you go? You are over there. And I actually hit it. Wow, that's surprising. And you are dead. So, it'd be nice to get gas tears, though I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. Now, I find pigmen are a bit overpowered, but maybe that's just the fact that they're supposed to be kind of more endgame than I make them out to be. So let's not worry about them. Okay, glowstone, glowstone, glowstone. I'm thinking maybe if we go up there, we'll have a better time at finding valuable resources. So let's get out of the way from pigman fire, because frankly that would suck. And where did my meat go? Where is my food? Did I somehow forget it at home, or am I just that retarded? Probably both, so I'm probably either going to have to live off of rotten flesh until we get out of here, or I'm just going to be a sad, sorry sight, dying in the middle of nowhere. So, let's see. Glowstone's over there. That's going to be easy enough. I'm hoping... In fact, let's make this easy on ourselves and get rid of the places which are going to fall, which should be everywhere pretty much. And there we go. Now we know the safe areas and the places that aren't safe, which are gone. So I'm thinking, that isn't fool's gold, is it? That looks like copper. Though it might be nether ore. There we go. That was close. Okay, what are you? You are actually nether copper ore and nether gold ore. So we have a bit of that. That's not going to be what we're mainly after, though. So let's get to our glowstone brethren, which is way over there, unfortunately, near the lava. Now, I'm hoping that if I do fall, I can manage to safely fling myself over to better areas. Can I make that jump? I know with a jetpack I can, which is something I should have crafted, though this is easy enough to go for. There we go. And glowstone I thought I saw. There's some more nether ore over there, though this is also nether ore. Oh, crud! I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's run, let's run, let's hop up so that they can't attack us. I forgot about that stupid feature. At least that gives us reason to go up and maybe get your tasty flesh. How powerful are you? Not too powerful, I suppose, so their low health, at least against this bow, will be an added benefit. So this is our nether tin ore. Making sure nothing else gets us. You can get this as well. Nether redstone ore. We can macerate this or pulverize it, and then that'll be a bit better. Are you going to attack me? No, you're not. That's nice of you. How thoughtful. Though, if I eat rotten flesh, knowing my luck, it's going to attack anyway. So, let's get out of the way, or rather get out of its way. That was useful. And then get the glowstone. If you attack while I'm getting glowstone, I'm not going to be happy either. So, do we have anything else? We only have wood afterwards. So, let's make this count. And where... Oh, fire bats. Dang, fire bats. Okay, let's make this quick. Get as much glowstone as we possibly can from this little expenditure. So one of the main industrial craft machines I'm going to really want to make, let's just cut this short and get a bit of wood. One of the main industrial craft machines I want to make, it's actually a Greg Tech machine. It's some sort of centrifuge. And the reason we want to get that is because we'll be able to centrifuge stuff for a nuclear reactor. But we're also going to need to use it to make some titanium out of the bauxite ore that I think we can at least find if we don't have it right now. I want an even stack, please. Okay, a bit more than a stack, though I can handle over amounts. Okay, so fire bat, here we go. Let's get you. And you're dead. Okay, so now that that's gone, we're going to have to make our way back to where we were. And hopefully not perish in a raging sea of fire, since frankly, that is not as fun as it sounds. So I will make my way back, and if there's anything such as a gas explosion, I'll let you know. Okay, we made our way safely back, and thankfully nothing too awful attacking us. That being said, we cannot sprint. So we are going to need to pick up a few apples for our trouble. Cinnabar dust is not going to help us right now anyways. And our inventory is chock full of useless garbage right now. So quickly, well, let's limp towards our apples and get to them before anything else gets us. Okay, so now that put them back in. Can you stop doing that? Thank you. Okay, now that we can get out of here, let's go and see what we have. Glowstone will be the main thing that we are going to want to analyze to make sure that we can have use for it. Now, thankfully, we also have some lapis lazuli, so the main usage of the glowstone is to make some advanced circuitry, so we got all of that as necessary. Nether redstone and nether etc. So let's nether this up. So let's put this in and put this in. The nether redstone or we'll get the output of and directly put it in our inventory, because frankly I don't think it's going to be a good thing to have in there. So there we go, good and good. I think we are good. So let's check what that centrifuge is going to want. So industrial centrifuge, it is going to need a lot of stuff actually. If we look, it's going to require a lot of refined iron, steel casings, and etc. So what I'm mainly interested in is the industrial blast furnace, because that's going to get the steel, which might make it a lot easier. So to make the industrial blast furnace, we're going to need to get an advanced machine. That's easy enough. Induction furnace and copper-nickel stuff. So that requires copper and nickel. I think we have some nickel already in our inventories, and we have the rolling machine to get all of that. So that will be an easy enough way to do things. So that this industrial blast furnace is going to require a lot of what we're going to be doing, but we're also going to need to get that centrifuge. So I think if we work towards the industrial centrifuge, that'll be our best bet at surviving. That'll require another extractor, some more advanced machine parts. If we look, that'll require some carbon plating and advanced alloys. So we will need to go and get the coal that will be used for the carbon plating. Another thing that might be useful is getting another one of these, because oh my god, that could have been bad. As you can see, we have a little too much energy, so I'm going to shut these engines off so nothing blows up. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. We still have too much energy, so I think we're going to need to temporarily turn all of these engines off before we can figure out something else. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Curse you.